Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Realness with 3 S's. I am your host here, Chantele Francis. Here is my lovely co-host. Today we have
Brazil,
my co-host with the mostest. Love Island USA Season 2 episode. I think it is episode 19. Now, I realized that Canada is not showing the recap of the recap episode. And so that's why I keep on losing like a number. Remember, I was like, why aren't they the same? Why aren't they the same? Maybe the US was counting it as 2 episodes, but it's because I think that the Saturday recap episode is not available in Canada.
That's weird. That's like a big episode to not. I mean, it's not a big episode, but
maybe they just didn't want to put in their time slot. Hi, Jaquan. How are you? So if this is your first time on Realness, well then welcome. Please make sure you subscribe right down below. We're all about reality TV. And if we hear any gossip, we're definitely going to be sharing that with you. So this whole episode, I think, was a pretty good gossip fest, we'll say. I definitely cried a lot. You cried a lot?
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
I did. So, we had the recoupling finally. We've been waiting for it for like 3 days. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. If you have any questions or something you want us to talk about specifically about Love Island, most recent episode, the 2-hour recoupling, please just put it in the chat and we will pull it up for you. So we've been waiting. We've been waiting for like 4 days for this freaking episode, and I don't think it disappointed. How do you think it fared up to our anticipation?
It was really good.
Brazil and I ended up watching it together, and I was watching it chopped because she was streaming it for me, and it was just not so good. So I just watched it back again, kind of right now, and it was good both times. Even choppy, I loved it.
Yeah, that's how you know it's good. If it's choppy and you still like it.
So good. So the first couple to recouple or the first woman was Moira. So was there any surprise as to how this situation went down?
No. Initially, no. Like just that initial recoupling, no. Later, Moira, yes, did surprise me, but we'll get there.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, we both pretty much felt as though Moira was going to choose somebody else. In the end, it ended up being Aaron. And we definitely felt that Calvin was going to choose Cher, and he did. So he came in, they're both recoupled. No real drama there. She seemed a little bit surprised that he coupled up with somebody. Or maybe it's just because, like, Cher and him don't really match, in my opinion. So maybe it was like, oh, like, she looks Brazilian. So, like, a Brazilian, like, goddess. Like, oh.
Yeah, maybe she was, like, intimidated by how Cher looked, too. Like, Cher's gorgeous.
Cher is definitely like, okay, I get it.
Like model, like supermodel status. Like if she was taller, I think she'd be like a supermodel.
Absolutely. Hey Blaine, how are you?
Hey Blaine.
There you go. Hi. Do you have any thoughts about this episode? Put them in the chat, please. Yeah, so I definitely didn't expect anything to go differently between those two. What about Kirsten? So Kirsten stands up. Yeah, what do you think about Kirsten's speech beforehand and her decision? Jaquan wrote, she was surprised he came back with a Benz, not a Mercedes, a Benz.
Literally, yeah, she was surprised. I was like angry at her speech almost because they kind of set it up to where it could go either way. Like she could have picked one of the boys, but then like her last sentence, I was like, why, Kirsten? Why? But I was more mad at the edit.
Yes. I have things to say. So Big Greg, hey Big Greg, haven't seen you in a couple of days. We've missed you. She was surprised for sure. She thought that Calvin was going to bring another boring girl. Boring to get another girl. Was too boring to get another girl. Well, I think the same. The whole whatever you said, it all means the same thing. Calvin is boring. Thought he'd bring a boring girl, and he brought, as Jaquan says, a Benz.
He upgraded He traded in and upgraded.
Yeah, upgraded. He's paying like $1,200 a month for that bad boy. Yeah, I was really kind of disappointed in Kirsten. I know she was saying like she's staying true to herself. I just didn't really understand that because, okay, yes, you can stay true to yourself. Like you are only interested in Carrington, but you guys made the decision that you weren't going to be pursuing each other romantically any further. So it was in your best interest to get to know these guys a little bit on a deeper level. Now, I understand if she still had her feelings with Carrington, that maybe it was difficult for her to open up and like start moving into something deeper with any of these guys. But I don't think that it was the smartest move for her, if her intention is to find love, to not maybe just keep one of the new guys that she did enjoy getting to know with and see if maybe afterwards if things are going to develop between them. Like I just thought it was very, very silly for her not to, just
even
hear the chance.
Even Ariel called her out. She's like, so even though you both decided to stay friends, you're choosing Carrington.
Right? Like if the host is being like, girl, like don't choose, like choose somebody because you're going to get nobody right now. I just like, okay, this tinfoil hat a little bit, but do you think it was very Cancerian of her to make her become the victim in this situation?
Wait, repeat that? I didn't hear.
To make her become a victim in this situation. Because like, oh, poor Kirsten, she was like still holding out for Carrington. I don't know. It just seems kind of a little bit emotionally manipulative. Because like, that's why when, brutal when Kirsten came in.
That's what makes me think your question. That's what makes me think yes, because of what you're about to say.
Well, when the producers definitely were heavy-handed here with like Carrington comes down the stairs, everybody's shocked that he was solo and they're like, oh my god, they couldn't believe it. And then he does a little and down the stairs comes Laurel and he comes out. So what do you think about that particular moment? And hi Rachel.
Hi Rachel. Oh.
I mean, you could just follow me, but I don't want to buy anything.
I was like really sad for Kirsten when that happened. That was brutal. That was awful. They didn't do it for anyone else.
Well, this is the thing, is that I think Ariel and the producers probably assumed that Kirsten was going to choose somebody. Like, regardless of whether or not she still wanted to work on something with Carrington, they broke up and they were like, go and be free in the new villas with the new people. And so I think that was all choreographed beforehand, not knowing that she was actually going to be there by herself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Because, like, how are they going to tell them, like, last second? I mean, I guess someone could have, but...
Well, they probably arranged that. They've probably been practicing, like, a couple of takes beforehand, be like, okay, like you go down, you call her after, because if Carrington or Kirsten was with a guy and that happened, she'd be like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Like that was the moment they were going for. But I'm just wondering if she just wanted it to be all like, oh, whoa, me, like poor Kirsten, she's so pretty. She like stood there and waited for Carrington, and like he came down with a girl. She knew he was coming down with a girl. Like it was 100%. It was 100%. He was not interested in her. It was 100%.
I agree.
And so I feel like she was a little bit emotionally manipulative there with why she didn't choose somebody.
How did you feel about Carrington's speech, though?
Okay, I'm gonna get to that. So the first day, I thought that she was going to choose Mike.
I know
exactly. Like she should have just chosen Mike and just been like, okay, do you know what? Like this is like a friend coupling. Let's just see how it goes. Maybe, yeah, that's what I would have done. Just choose a friend coupling someone that you liked, and also give more dynamic within the villa. And so you're not just going to be this third or fifth wheel like Connor. You know?
Yeah.
That review was cruel. It was cruel. I do think, though, that the producer, it was pre-arranged before she fully decided to not choose anybody.
I wish we could have recorded our reactions to it.
Yeah,
we were like, what just happened? I was so shocked that they did that.
Yuck. Big Red, Carrington has to have the most game in the world. Like, what could he have said to get Kirsten so into him so fast? Well, I think it's the fact that he wasn't into her. And so she is wanting what she can't have. And like, you know, I'm sure she's used to having guys just fall for her really quickly and easily. And so I think that, you know, it's a little bit of, you want something that's not yours or that's not into you. You can fall more.
Grass is always greener.
Absolutely. Greg also says all the faces of the girl when Carrington walked down alone first was so funny. I mean, it was mortifying. I was like, I was shocked. We were shook for sure.
Yeah.
The girls were also shook. And then
that was fucked up. I'm sorry.
Okay, so with his speech, I just listened to it again because you automatically were like, oh my God, that was so bad. Like, and I didn't think the speech was that bad. So I listened to it again. And I feel as though, because he was looking down the whole time, again, with this narrative that I feel that he really truly believed that she was going to be standing there with somebody else. And so I think that he'd already planned what he was going to say. And he wasn't necessarily taking into consideration that she was going to be standing there alone for him. So I think that she was, if he was like, because he didn't really say anything that bad. He was like, you know, like, I really feel like we're a good fit. Like, I feel like, and I'm sure he was like expecting her to be saying something similar about like some other guy that she was looking to get to know. You know what I mean? So watching it in the rewatch, I was not offended at all. I didn't think it was that harsh. And
I did because the adjectives he was describing Laurel with were the same reasons why he was complaining that Kirsten wasn't. So I think for the viewer, like for me, like he was saying that Kirsten wasn't independent and like, you know, was kind of clingy and needed like positive, like constant like affirmation all the time. And like for Laurel, he was kind of saying the opposite. And so I think for me it stung more because I know that's exactly what, like the reasons why he wasn't like interested in Kirsten anymore. And I think she probably knew that too. And so I think, I don't know. None of the other people did that.
A little bit though. They're just like, oh, you know, she was like a bright light in the villa, and like I really was like looking forward to get to know her. Like, I don't know. I think that that people are just siding with Kirsten right now because like I just don't think that what he said was that bad. He knows that she's clingy, like, and the reasons why he likes Laurel is because she's not what Kirsten is. Like that's just like a fact.
Yeah, but I just would have, if I would have seen her standing there by herself, I would have been like, it works better. I'm sorry, that's it. Like I wouldn't have like gone on and on about how great Laurel is. And Laurel's great. I'm not trying to take away from her.
But said that question too. Like I think she even asked that, what is so great about, like, what do you like about Laurel? You know what I mean? So she did also ask that question. At the same time, he's also wanting to tell Laurel what he feels about her too. You know what I mean? And so, yes, it just so happens that the qualities that Laurel have are opposite of what the qualities that Kirsten has. And I'm still saying it's because of their sign, because they definitely are very different. And Laurel is definitely more in line with the vibes that Carrington is going to want. And maybe it doesn't offend me because that's the way I prefer to have somebody be breaking up with me. Be like, okay, like I get it. Like I'm not what you're looking for.
I think it was just situational. Like just the fact that she was staying there alone, the way that they had him come down. And then it was just kind of like the whole combination of everything. I think it was a little fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying, but it didn't actually bother me that much. Okay. Realnesss says, I kind of feel like Kirsten could have thought of others and not all for herself. Those three other guys rearranged their schedules, bought clothes. They could have been given the opportunity to come in as a friend. Absolutely. And I think that we kind of touched on that a little bit. Like, why she needed to stand there by herself. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's something a little bit I find calculative or emotionally manipulative about her standing there like that. And so it looks like she's like the martyr here. Oh, woe is me. When really she should have brought one of those guys back and given them an opportunity as well. So I'm with you, Realnesss. I definitely think she could have done that. Oh, sorry, there's so many comments that I'm missing. Let's see. Yeah, Rachel, we agree. The producers made Carrington do that with Laurel, the entrance. Absolutely. We totally think that it was already pre-planned, regardless of whether or not Kirsten was going to be standing there with a guy. I think they arranged that. I know, right? Yeah, this is so funny. That was funny. I thought Carrington was coming back single. Yeah, I know. We all did, Jaquan. We definitely got faked out by the producers there.
Hi, Vicky.
Hi, Vicky. Oh my goodness. We definitely are standing Caleb and Justine, and also Caleb for the voice of reason in the villa at this moment. He's definitely been doing a good job there.
He used to be Johnny until Caleb walked in, and now it's all Caleb.
And before Johnny fucked up. Jaquan says Carrington's speech was good, but all the qualities he was looking for was basically what Kirsten has from what they've shown. What? Kirsten is clingy and Laurel is not, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I felt like I understand what you were saying, Brazil, with like everything that you're saying about Laurel was what Kirsten was not, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Just based off like what Carrington tells other people about Kirsten and like why it's not going to work with them. He kind of came down the stairs and was like, he reaffirmed that, but yeah.
He also said to her multiple times that like it wasn't working. You know what I mean? Like,
I know. It's just it was the whole package. It was like that.
She shouldn't stand there by herself.
She shouldn't have.
Realist answer says, I kind of feel like Kirsten could have. Yeah, sorry, we talked about that already. Absolutely. So, yeah, I wasn't happy with Kirsten's decision. I wasn't happy with her making it look like she's the victim in this situation. Yes, maybe Carrington could have had different word selection, but I also think that it wouldn't have been so harsh if she was standing there with another guy. So,
I agree. At the end of the day, it's her fault. She should have picked a guy.
She should have picked a guy and been like.
And anyone other than Pat, I mean, I don't. Pat's like the one I knew least about, but I think DeAndre and Mike both fully deserve to be there. So,
yeah, for sure. For sure. So Justine is up next.
Oh man, I was already about like crying like before they even showed what was happening.
I mean, they definitely got a makeup artist in there for this episode because all the girls, especially the OG Villa girls, looked so good. Like their makeup was really good today. Mm-hmm. So Justine was standing there looking gorgeous, and she's like holding Cely's hand and waiting and so nervous. And I've never thought, maybe I have, but like she just was so happy when he came around the corner and he was actually single. Like it was just really, really nice to see.
I know, I could cry again just talking about it. It was like, yeah, she was picked first, you guys.
Exactly. And like that's something, I talked about it a little bit, that usually the darker skinned Black woman is not going to get picked first. And that's just kind of what the narrative has been in society and on these reality television shows. It usually just does not happen. And she hasn't had that experience up until this point, and she's probably witnessed it on television up until this point. So she never really fully believed that she was going to be the one that he was going to choose. You know what I mean? And so having probably, a lifetime of not feeling pretty enough or not feeling like deserving or the one, it must have like really, really just changed something inside her. And I'm really happy that she had that experience because it's really nice to know that you're picked.
I think it was a big moment just for reality love TV in general. So yeah, I loved it. I was so happy. I was like, yes.
Before he came over to her, like she and Cely hugged or whatever, and like it also reinforced their friendship that we've been seeing. And yeah, it was just an all-around great moment, and I was really, really happy to see it, and I'm happy that it went that way.
And he was smiling and just like walking towards her, like, "Duh, I was gonna do this. Come on."
So they hug and they kiss. Had a little peckaroo, and they sit down, kind of like cuddly. Loved it. And then I thought it was going to be the last one, but then I realized that you were right. Mackenzie's decision was the more important decision. So Cely is standing there and she looks terrified. She was, I think, even crying a little bit in that moment, holding Justine's hand as well. And Johnny comes around the corner and he's single. And Cely is so elated and hugs Justine as well. And he comes over, and I thought that he gave a pretty good speech. He looked nervous and not as confident as we've seen him in the past. But what did you feel about his entrance and that whole interaction?
It didn't provoke as much emotion in me as it did for Justine and Caleb, but I think it's because like we knew what was coming after. We know a hard conversation's coming between them. So, and you're right. I think I don't know the way.
We're there with you. I'm going to say it ahead of time. I cried when Justine and Caleb were reunited. Yes, we were. I was crying, and even I rewatched clips of this episode right before this, and I was doing my makeup, and I was like, I can't be crying while I'm doing my makeup. That's like the hardest thing to do.
It was a powerful scene. It was really, yeah. But I don't know. Like you said, he didn't seem as confident. So I already was kind of like, he's not that attractive to me right now because I don't know. So I'm happy for Johnny and Cely, but in the moment, like you can't follow Justine and Caleb like that.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely was super happy for Cely in that moment because we know what's coming ahead. Yes, but like in that moment, she just wanted to know that he was single, and she that moment. And I was like, thank goodness that he got like brought that moment to her, and that relief that she probably felt. I know that things are going to shift and change because when he does sit down, he does say like we have to talk, whatever, which is like the kiss of death. I'm like, whoa.
She immediately was like, her face just fell.
Like,
I think she said first, I have so much to tell you. And he's like, yeah, we got to talk. And she was like, oh my God.
And she just was like deflated. Oh, it was so sad. And you're just like, no, just don't say that yet, Johnny. I mean, he had to. I think he probably was even told to by the producers. But there was a scene like that. I don't remember which Love Island UK it was, where there was a I have to tell you something scene. It was in one of the most recent seasons, I think. Can't remember, but it has happened. Jaquan, do you remember which season or which couple it was that it happened in the UK where they came back from Casa Amor and they had to talk? I think it was another Moira and I forget the guy,
Moira.
But pardon?
There's another Moira?
There's a Moira in the UK, absolutely. She was from Ireland, I think. Ireland.
Sorry, I'm doing dishes, you guys, so my dishwasher's full.
Solo cup for the win.
Back to college.
Justine and Caleb, a nice couple, just not the king and queen of the villa. They're the prince and princess.
Whoa, those are fighting words, Jaquan.
I do actually, I'm agreeing with Jaquan here. Now, the reason why I'm agreeing with Jaquan is because, Cely and Johnny are facing the biggest test here. And I do think that they have still the best connection. We are going to see how this kind of plays out through the episode, that like, I feel like this foundation might make them stronger. As much as I love, don't come for me, guys. I love them. But as much as I love Justine and Caleb, I don't know if as a couple, they are as strong as Cely and Johnny.
I hear what you're saying.
With longevity outside of the villa, I would put money on Cely and Johnny over Justine and Caleb. As much as I am enjoying them getting to know each other right now, I feel like the longevity of a couple would be with Johnny and Cely. I see it more. So, don't come for me. Wait, sorry. What's going on here?
I know, there's a lot of comments.
I mean, they keep on popping up, and I'm like, oh, I missed that one. I missed that one. Whoa. Okay, let me go to the keys, Louisa's. Okay, I'm going to go back to the beginning. Keep talking, Brazil.
I think, personally, that the emotion that was invoked in me watching Justine and Caleb, I think a lot of America felt. And I think we are going to vote with our hearts at the end of this. Hi, Shri.
Hi, Shri.
And I even said it. Like, I said it, I think, when I just saw Caleb's feet coming down the stairs alone, I was like, they're going to win. They're going to win.
Okay. Now, this is a hot take for sure. But remember when I was talking about the dark skin Black girls? Now, there is colorists like within the Black community, also within America. Now, as much as like I think she's gorgeous and I think that they're a great looking couple and I would like to see them win, I'm not sure if all of America is ready to vote in a black couple as a winner. It hasn't happened yet, even in the UK. A full black couple has not won. So I'm just hesitant that will be what will happen.
I forget I live in California, and California is a bubble.
Well, I mean, like, and a lot of people that we've been talking to are going to be more open-minded. They're going to, you know, have the right read. I just don't know if they're going to give them the money in the end.
Well, I think they deserve it.
Absolutely, I think they deserve it, and I would love to eat my words here. I think
I see what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. I forget that I live in a bubble. I forget that there's 48 other states between me and the rest of the United States. So you could be right. It's sad, but you could be right.
I just have never seen it happen before that two black people in a couple have won any of these games.
Yeah.
There's been like maybe one mixed girl and a white guy that have won. You know what I mean?
Or like the Bachelor or Bachelorette, but not them picking each other in the end either.
There's never been a white bachelor that's even chosen a black, person as to be their partner for life.
And Rachel was a black bachelorette, and she picked.
I mean, I was surprised that she picked. I loved it. I think
yeah. But I think the best connection, but.
Sasha, I love Peter, even though he kind of turned out to be a jerk. Hi, Cherise. So Cherise says Laurel seems sweet and hope he treats her well. I think he will treat her well.
He better.
They vibe a little bit better. Rachel says, I agree. He was saying all the reasons why he liked Laurel, and they were the same reasons why he did not want Kirsten. I didn't. Really?
That's what I said.
I just thought that they
were the opposite reason. They were opposite of what Kirsten was.
This is implying to me, though, this particular comment, how it's worded, is implying to me that it's the same. Like what he likes about Laurel is what he didn't like about Kirsten. But I thought it was the opposite.
They're the same.
I agree. He is saying all the reasons why he likes Laurel, and they were the same reasons as he did not want Kirsten. It was a low blow.
I think she means what I mean.
Different. Sorry?
I think she means what I mean. I think.
Well, so Rachel, both of us believe that what he said about Laurel were reasons that Kirsten did not have. That's how I
think she means like those were the same reasons that he didn't want her.
I'm confused. I don't know what that means.
English. Like those reasons that he gave were the exact reasons why he didn't want Kirsten.
Right. Yeah, you're saying the same thing as me.
Yeah. That's why I think that's what she means.
So Kikwan says, I'm shocked Carrington chose Laurel. Really? I'm not shocked at all. When he got in the shower with Kirsten, he broke up with her. I was surprised that she saw his shower. No, I know that you're calling the shower the kiss of death there, but I've been preaching about people's sun signs and how they communicate in, first meetings. And, they are both air signs, and air signs get along just off the bat really easily and really well. They communicate usually on a mental level, on like a speaking level, and they have that connection. And that's also the connection that Cely and Johnny have, is that they're able to meet within their conversation. And so I was always feeling as though Laurel was going to make it through, especially over Mercedes. But yes, that's hilarious though that she survives the shower scene. You're muted.
Sorry, I have to yell at my dog sometimes. If anyone knows any of Carrington's exes, let's see if they've had a shower scene breakup. I wonder if it's a trend.
I cried when Caleb came back single for Justine. Absolutely, Rachel. We were crying as well. Jaquan says, Rachel as a guy, I know we can be confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And like as soon as they're clear, like Carrington, we come for them. Vicky says, guys, I think that Cher is not. There is no part of Cher that's into Calvin. Like not one part of Cher. She just wanted in that villa. That's it.
Nope.
No part.
0.
Realnesss says Justine and Caleb could actually go on to win. I want that to happen, but we kind of just discussed a little bit that we're not sure if America is ready for that yet. But I would love to see me eat my words.
I think because honestly, I think it's a statement, and we, like you said, like if you're gonna put money on one of the two couples, you're gonna put money on Johnny and Cely, like are like doing well in the outside world. So if that's already gonna be the case, I feel like why not give the crowns to like two others?
I just don't see America giving to black people.
I hate America.
I just don't see it.
I don't hate America. I'm just
Canada as well. Like it's the same, you know.
I know. It's just so unfortunate.
It's the hidden biases that we're not, like the implicit biases that we don't actually see. Like yes, we might be standing them as a couple right now, but I just don't see them giving the money and the win in the end to black people. I just don't see it yet. I want to see it. So if it happens, I'd be amazed. But if it doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised. Kikon says Justine and Caleb are a nice couple, just not the guest. You said that, and I agree with you. You're gonna have to fight Brazil. Big Reg Cher for sure isn't into Calvin. She wants Caleb. I know she pulled a Jalen for an easy target, and then to get into Villa to go for what you want. I know we're gonna.
Well, I'm gonna have to go swing on Cher.
Let's talk about this a little bit. We don't have to fully go into order of the whole. You know, it was kind of a lot of conversations talking, so we don't really need to go into the work of the episode. I thought you were yawning. I was like, chill.
Cher, go away.
So yeah, she has a confessional basically being like, you know, she still wants to get to know Caleb. She even tells Justine that she can't say that she's not going to be going to get to know Caleb a little bit more because like that's what she's here for. And then even more so in the confessional, which I did not like, and I'm sure you did not like as well, was when she's like, I didn't come here to make friends. I was like, tell me, Brazil, do Pisces not have girl code?
We do. Have you met Justine? Look at her and Justine and Cely. I was gonna ask you, what's up with that? What's up with that, Chantele?
Remember with Miss Rachel, she didn't have girl code there.
Rachel wasn't. Oh well, Justine needed that.
Okay, so Justine. So when we're saying that Pisces need it, they can just go and break girl code because when it's for them and when their feelings are the ones that are being actualized, you know, Cher's doing basically what Justine did.
But she at least is talking to Justine. No, but the whole point for her to come in with Calvin is that she's going to be coupled up with Calvin. The whole point was not to get a ticket into the villa to try and fuck up other relationships.
She's not fucking up other relationships. She's
trying. She's trying.
Going after what she feels that she deserves. She's here for.
Well, then they would have hit it off in Casa Amor the first 5 days that they were in there together. Why is she still going to try on day 6?
Well, now she's in the villa. She knows who she's up against.
She's watched all the episodes. She knew who she was up against.
I don't know.
They slept in bed together every night, and she still wants to try. And they never even kissed. No, thank you. Goodbye, Cher. You're canceled.
Canceled. You're just canceling Pisces all over the place.
I don't care. Justine's the only Pisces I like in the damn show.
Hi, Famous. How are you? Hi, everyone. The look of the boys when Johnny was talking was speechless. Yeah, I know. I think that they feel guilty because they know that Cely is really into him, especially Caleb. He like has called it out so many times. Like, fucking Johnny. Realist answers, oh, I'm in the Philly area, and I was one of the select few that was 30 minutes delayed because of football. Can you say this?
No way.
For me, so I live in the East Coast, and so Canada, and so I watched Big Brother, and then I was doing a live Big Brother recap right after, so I missed it live. But then we talked long enough that Brazil could stream it for me, and I could just watch it through her West Coast feed. So I would have loved to see it live and not choppy, but yes, I hear you. That sucks that football screwed things up.
It's going to happen, I think, this week or the week after. I think CBS is hosting a game, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I keep on jumping all these comments. What the heck? Or maybe they're coming in at the same time. Yes, Vicky, you're right. So Johnny did not tell the whole story to Cely. Yeah, he definitely.
He left out the part that he kissed her outside of, like, after the challenge.
I think he told her enough to be honest, though, because at some point, like, it's just going to be hurting her. You know? Don't you think?
Yeah.
Justine and Caleb go to the hideaway. It's going to get spiced in there. I don't think that they'll sleep together, though. I think that
they won't sleep together, but they'll definitely explore.
You think they're going
to? That's Justine's whole thing. She doesn't like PDA in front of everyone. I don't think really. So I think if they're in the hideaway, they'll definitely do a bit more than they have been doing.
Yes, more than they have been doing for sure. Oh, dear goodness. Famous? I do not want to see that because I don't like that woman. I think she
would have a skewed view, I think, of what happened.
She's toxic. She doesn't speak well. I don't feel like seeing her ever again, to be fair. Do you think that the producers will bring her back?
No.
Yeah.
I think America has spoken on that one.
Jaquan, Vic told Vic.
I think he's talking to Vicky.
Oh, Vicky. Johnny told her most of it. He didn't say it was a kiss after the game, which was nothing but a kiss goodbye. Yes, it was a kiss goodbye.
It was nothing but a kiss goodbye. I'm done, Jaquan.
If you look at it, it actually kind of could be a kiss goodbye because, like, he broke up with her pretty much after that, right?
Yeah, that day.
And so maybe he was just like, okay, let's see if we can win this challenge, but I do not plan on pursuing her any further. So maybe it was kiss goodbye. Rachel says Johnny manipulated the whole thing. Okay, Rachel hates Johnny. He wanted to put on a show for TV and saw an opportunity to make out with other girls just because he's in Casa Amor. He's playing a game.
I got the sense too. It's hard to see people that leave the villa say that Johnny's there to play the game, and then I don't know, his speech to her just didn't seem all that authentic. And it might be like what that love coach was saying, that when you don't have that confidence, it comes off as kind of like fake. But to me, when he was talking, it was, one, longer than anyone else talked, and two, it was just kind of like, A, he's guilty, and B, he's trying to like rectify the situation to, I don't know. It just, I kind of agree that he's trying to not, like, for sure at this point, like, salvage his position to like stay number one.
Well, my question is though, if he's playing a game the whole time, I believe that he was coming in playing a game. I think
he has real feelings for Cely.
That's kind of what I'm getting around. Like, if he was fully playing the game, why would he jeopardize it by bouncing over to Mercedes?
Like we talked about, and that's exactly what I think what we talked about. He's just young and he can't help himself half the time. Like, I think as much as you want to play the game, like, you're going to think with a different head of yours at times.
And also, Cely is a couple years older than him. And so she is going to be a little bit more mature than like a 22-year-old guy that has some growth. She was throwing herself on him. And
I know.
That in the conversation, Cely was saying to him, you know,
don't blame her.
Don't blame her. I do blame her because we talked about it many times that if there was any other girl that he may have any interest in, they would never have come on as strong as she did. Like licking his lips, like, let me shut you up with my mouth, like, you know, touch me on my thigh, like, don't say her name ever again. Like, all these things that he's had a feeling a type of way about being respectful. I think he was put in a very shitty position, and I think he reacted poorly. It sucks. But
yeah.
Rachel, I guess you don't like that, man. Realnesss says, FYI, Ray from season 1 now has become severely problematic. He and Jeremiah went as far as alleged Caleb asked Calvin to take Cher back. Whoa. Okay, so wait, why?
Whoa.
Why would they be lying about that? Or are they just making that up as something to say? Like, that's what they think? I mean,
Is this from Reddit, Realist Answers?
That's like,
that's
tea.
He and Jeremiah went as far to, wow. If that's the case, oh my God.
Do you know what though? Okay, I don't want to say this, but like I could see that though.
Don't say it.
Not that he did it, but maybe said to like Calvin, like, hey, like just bring back Cher, like we both like can still get to know her, blah 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 blah. Like I could see them maybe having a conversation.
But that wasn't the conversation they had by the pool.
But they didn't show everything.
Oh.
I don't know. That's friggin' that's some tea.
Yeah. That's a whole teapot.
He says, yes, I am sure America would vote for the in my head, even if the app fights were half and half for the favorite OG couple when it should have been the majority, Caleb. So yeah. I don't know how they're going to vote, how the vote is actually going to be determined. The app are probably people that are fans that are probably going to be more socially aware. They're not like middle America making these votes that are with a very close-minded viewpoint. Cliffham, hello. Cher really trying for Caleb. Oh my God, left my ass off. He'd ghost her in the real world. I don't think he would ghost her in the real world. I think that if he hadn't been already starting something with Justine that he was enjoying getting to know, I think that he would have 100% have gone in with Cher.
I think Cher, if there was something there, it would have happened in Casa Amor.
Now, okay, this is a little bit of tinfoil hat here, but Caleb and Justine, it's okay. At the end of the episode, Justine told Caleb that Cher said that she still wanted to get to know him. Mm-hmm. And he was feeling like kind of uncomfortable by this. Why do you think he was feeling uncomfortable by this? I mean, that's the tinfoil hat part of me is like, maybe because if she came on too strong, like a Mercedes thing, he might not have as much self-control. What if?
It doesn't even have to be that. They weren't even cuddling. They weren't, no. Mm-mm. No. No. They're just, no. Mm-mm. I refuse.
I hear ya. Okay, Sheree says, I don't know why Connor, but Connor, more laid back, and Mackenzie, more wild, remind me of Justin's, and Selena's relationship from when I was younger. Justin is like Pisces, I believe. What's Selena?
Oh my God, I cancel being a Pisces.
You don't like Justin Bieber? Canadian, come on.
I'm American.
Pisces, well, Justin Bieber birthday. I liked their relationship. I thought they were really cute. I like it better than him and Haley right now. No? Yeah, so Bieber is March 1st. If Selena is a fire sign, that would make sense. July 22nd, she is. Do you know what? Selena is right on the cusp of Leo, kind of like Mackenzie. So that is actually a similar pairing elementally. So Connor is a water sign, being Cancer, and then Justin's also a water sign, and then both of them being fire. So you can see how those elements kind of interact. It's like explosive and then like watery, like mushy, explosive, watery, mushy. So I can see that. I agree. Everyone knew that they loved each other, but they just were happier alone. I'd say happier with other people or apart. Yeah.
Solid take, Sheree.
Solid take. I want to hear the song, We Don't Talk Anymore. We don't talk anymore. Do you have any comments, Blaine? How do you feel about the episode and all the recoupling? Me and Brazil here are about to fight on this Caleb and Justine relationship.
You ready for our first fight?
And fight over Kirsten being like, I think that she was just being annoying. Sorry. Cher's innocent. Get out of here, Jaquan. Cher is not innocent at all.
Jaquan just likes Cher a lot.
I mean, Cher's hot. Like
that's why Jaquan likes Cher. Just kidding.
She's hot. They would make a good match because it would be Cancer and Pisces. So you guys would be vibing most likely in real life. I actually don't think that she's going to vibe with Caleb just because, as I said, water and air don't really go.
They'd be boring though. Like, look at her, like Cher and Caleb next to Justine and Caleb. Like, Cher is so boring. I don't think she's boring, but like in comparison to Justine.
I think that Cher is being reserved. I can see her, if she was in that car wash challenge, she would be twerking in the splits just like the rest of them. So
Whatever.
I think he's not trying to come across like Mercedes, but I do. You're so angry.
Team Justine.
Cher is going home. Black Twitter has made a declaration. Call the fuck it. But what is that? What is CTFU?
I don't know. I actually don't know that one.
Call the fuck.
Someone help.
Realnesss, what is that? Cut the fuck you. I don't know what it means.
I don't know what it means either.
Can't talk. Fuck you.
Something fuck up.
Fuck up. Call the fuck up.
Maybe shut the fuck up.
No, so that'd be an S.
Well, S is next to C.
No, not really, but sort of. Shut the fuck up. Okay, I don't know. Call the fuck up. What is it, Realnesss? Thank God, I think that the OG guys would become friends with Aaron before they became friends with Jalen. Yeah, well, we did see them prank him. What was that, a condom?
Yeah, it was condoms on his. I don't know what that was that they put it on, like his lotion. It's cocoa butter, I think.
Don't even start with cocoa butter.
I heard them say cocoa butter.
That's really funny. It's cute though. Brazil is funny. Brazil is funny. She's gonna cut a bitch. Glad we live so far apart.
I will. I'm gonna go swing on Cher.
Jaquan. Johnny was guilty when Connor said he was loyal to Mackenzie. Connor was guilty when Connor said he was loyal to Mackenzie. What do you mean?
Johnny felt guilty, like when Connor was like, "I was loyal to you the whole time," and Johnny's face is probably like, looked down, or I don't know.
Like in the actual time, or do you think when he was making the speech?
I think on the episode, he probably, if we go back and rewatch, to Johnny's face.
Hi, Phil. Chantele's Bieber fever. No, I actually not into Bieber, but I think he's really cute. I think
there was a petition to get him sent back to Canada, right?
I mean, he's also a really rich and famous 25-year-old. Like, or maybe he's 26 now, whatever. But like, he's a young kid that has a gazillion dollars and people throwing themselves at him and nobody saying no and giving him any rules or any boundaries. Like, obviously he's going to rebel. I rebelled and I wasn't famous and super rich and like had everybody doing whatever I wanted on a whim. And like, I was a terrible teenager. So I just can't imagine that being on like times a gazillion, like how I might have gone like, so
she doesn't have Bieber fever.
What, Brazil? Pardon?
Just talking shit.
I didn't hear what you said there.
I said you have Bieber fever.
A fever for Bieber? Yeah, I mean,
it's cute. Okay.
Hi, Anna. You're new.
So
I want to like share, but she's giving me, I'm going to be disappointed vibes. Yes. I did want to like share. I didn't like her confessional at the end. I didn't like that she is only here for herself. She's not here to make friends. If she makes friends, that's nice. But like, she's coming in to like.
She could have done it in Casa Amor.
Well,
that was the entire point of Casa Amor, was to figure that out. Not pair up with someone you don't want to pair up with and then come in and fuck some shit up. No, that's not the point. Leave Justine alone.
Well, then that's also, then I would say, kind of the same thing for Kirsten, though. Like, she stayed single, and like now, what's looked like in the next episodes is that she may be the temptress. Like,
I agree. Same to Kirsten. She should have picked someone else or gone home if she didn't feel it for anyone. So, I agree.
Good. Realnesss cracking the fuck up.
CTFU is cracking the fuck up.
Oh.
Makes sense.
Okay. Thank you. That's a new one. Sorry for laughing. I'm older than all y'all. I don't know what any of these things mean. Okay. Anna says the fact that people are still rooting for Johnny and Cely is abysmal to me. He is very manipulative.
I'm telling you.
Anna,
I'm telling you.
I just want to believe in the good of this particular relationship. I wouldn't be surprised if he is being all manipulative and if it all is a game. But I do feel that he has developed feelings for Cely. I do feel that they will explore it outside of the villa. And whether or not it's all a game, whether he cheats on her again, whether they have like a huge tumultuous relationship, who knows? I do think that they will go the distance the most out of any of the couples in the villa right now. Regardless of whether he's being manipulative or not, I think that he's still going to put in the effort to save that relationship.
I agree.
Jaquan, Connor needs a lawyer to try and get.
We didn't talk about Connor walking in with Gus.
I can, and even Mackenzie says, she's like, "Oh my God, he's holding Gus." That was like the producers were like, here's Gus, take him down.
That was also he like could have just put Gus in the suitcase. That's all he had to do.
No, the producers were like, "There you go, Connor, go on in." And he's just
that was bad. I could not. I just did. All I saw was the feet, and then I saw Gus like in his hand. I was like, "Oh my God,
bad." Jock, hi Jock. Yes, Johnny was manipulative. He was straight up smiling when telling Cely. I mean, that could be nervous laughter, nervous smile, uncomfortable. Like he knows he fucked up.
We need the dating coach to come in and analyze that.
Yeah, I do want him to analyze a more like an episode now after the Casa Amor thing.
We can't be waiting for him to do every episode.
He's definitely working really hard to try to get Cely back. One thing that he said, this is one thing that Johnny said to me though that I did not like for sure, is that he, in one of his confessionals, he said like he really hopes that Cely basically forgives him quickly because like he doesn't want something to be ruined or something like that.
He didn't want to like not keep moving forward and like them take a few steps back.
And so he would say like it doesn't want her to like regret that or like it to be a mistake or something, which led me to believe that if she takes too long with realizing that she still wants to be with him, he might move on. And that's kind of what that said to me, or like he won't be willing to like try it eventually anymore. So that's
to me, that said that if they take a couple steps back, they ain't gonna win.
Fair, that's true too. Vicky, yeah, I think Cher is going to pursue Caleb really hard. So that he might do the same as Johnny.
I don't think you guys realize how close I am to Vegas, and I will get a megaphone, and I will be that wall yeller.
You know what? My dad does live in Vegas. Maybe we could like pay him to go and get a megaphone.
Absolutely. Tell me his Venmo. Let's do it right now.
There was somebody in the other comments for Big Brother saying that like, do you want to pitch in money to get a banner or to take over Big Brother?
Yes, that's also very close to me.
Jaquan says, are y'all Justine fans? Absolutely. I'm a Justine fan, but I'm also, I can read situations a little bit sometimes, and I don't know. You know what I'm feeling. You know what Justine's, or what, I'm calling you Justine again. There you go.
See, yeah, and Chantele likes to call me Justine at times, so.
Jock says, but who else thought it was messed up when Carrington brought Laurel out like that? Yeah, we were talking about it in the beginning that we feel it was producer plant there, and or he had decided on doing that as an entrance before it was realized that Kirsten was going to choose nobody like a ding dong. I do want to say something about though Ariel. Ariel cried over Cely and Johnny, and she still seems like she's standing that relationship. So what do you feel about that? In terms of like if Ariel thinks that, you know, he's playing a game or not, or like what do you think?
I don't want to say what I think because I like Ariel.
Say what you think.
I don't know, maybe she's a part of that America that you were talking about.
Okay. I mean, she could be. She definitely.
Because I don't see how Like I didn't like I cried like maybe like one tear fell when I was like watching Cely's reaction to Johnny walking out, but it wasn't like I was crying before the commercial break when it was Justine just stood up. I was crying during, and then I was like still crying after. So like I don't see how knowing what John, I don't know, it doesn't add up to me. So maybe you could be right, Chantele, and I wish you're not. And I know you said that you hope you're not either, but
I hope I'm not right. What did you think of Mackenzie's speech? I thought it was pretty good.
yeah. In the moment, yeah, but again, throughout the episode, she's the
back to the bunny boiler. I think she can't help it.
She's a common denominator.
So I didn't really agree though with Connor saying that he felt taken advantage of.
I do I only do because the things that she was saying to him, like she was always like picking at him and like nagging at him, and I feel like if he were to come back with another girl, it would be like outrage. Like I still think like Mackenzie would have lost her shit if she did. So he came back like willing to work on it, and like whether or not they would have worked out, and I don't think they would. I know they wouldn't. I think the fact that like she kind of not played the game, but just he was more vulnerable than she was, and so when he came back, saw her with a guy, I think it was kind of like a slap in the face. So,
well, there wasn't a moment after the recoupling ceremony when the girls were chatting and Mackenzie was like, well, like, I just assumed that the guys were telling him to like, just leave her, like go and find somebody else. And like, I did actually agree with her maybe having that rationale as well.
I agreed with her whole rationale talking to the girls after. I forget what else she said, but I was kind of like, yeah. She's like, why am I the only one that's being blamed when like, you know, I'm the one that realized like I'm happier without him, and we've been saying that she's happier without him. But
this comment first. Oh my god, I felt so bad for Comment. He's pathetic, but I don't know. I just feeling sorry for him. We're totally feeling sorry for him. I think that
and the way he handled everything after was like so like mature, and
it's still
like I just want you to be happy. Like, and whether or not he meant it, he could have like blown up. Like he knows how stupid he looked walking out with Gus. Like I felt bad for him.
Yeah. Okay, so Glyphim says Johnny was getting mad when talking to Cely and not putting it on her, wondering why she was still upset. Yeah, I mean, I think that he just didn't expect her to still be reacting that hard. You know what I mean? And
you didn't either. I mean, I didn't really think that she would, but like you thought that she would just be kind of like, oh, okay. But
I thought that she'd be upset. I thought that she would cry. I didn't think that she would like push him away that much. I thought that they would have resolved it more quickly.
Yeah.
I definitely I can see where he's coming from, that he didn't realize that it was going to be to that extent. And it could be because of what Caleb said with her being in love with him potentially.
Well, and it's probably frustrating like for Johnny to want to convey to her like that it was strictly physical, that there was nothing else there, and it was just for like the first night. I think if he would have said that happened on the third night,
I think it would be
a little bit more okay with it. It's just that she was like the first night you went in and made out with her in the first conversation, and you cuddled with her the first night, like when they had just done all that the night before. I think that hurt a little bit more.
But then also though, I could see her being a little more hurt that it's like he's been thinking about Cely for all these days, and like then he gave in to something. Like I would probably be more upset that it might have been a deeper connection, and that's why he felt compelled to act on it 3 days later. So I can see both arguments, but I think I personally would be like, well, he was just acting on impulse there. It was the first night, and then he was like, oh my god, I realized that like this is stupid. I'm not interested in this. I don't want this. This girl's coming all over me. Like, what am I doing? This is wrong.
Right.
I think I personally would be more offended in actuality if they built some sort of bond that he felt compelled to make out with like on the last day. Personally,
I guess I 100% agree with you. I think like there's an argument for either one, but to me it just kind of shows that like if they were in the outside world and he's away for Cely, like Cely goes on vacation, he's by himself for one day, then it's like he's just like, oh, okay, like without even thinking about it. I don't know. So
yeah, I mean, the guy, he's 22. When I was 22, I was like a kissing bandit. Like I would go out to a club and I would kiss like 10 people at the club, and like who fucking cares? Like, you know what I mean? So we are also imposing a very mature relationship on a 22-year-old guy. He was born in 1998, folks. Like he is really young. In 1998, I graduated high school. Okay, like he's fucking young.
I would never date a 22-year-old.
22, when I was in 22, what did I do? I hadn't even moved to Montreal yet. Like, I was still dancing on bars, chugging champagne. Like, I could not be controlled or contained. I was wild as F, going to raves. Like, I was a wild child. So I can imagine if I, as a mature woman, I wouldn't be able to be corralled at that age. Like a man with a healthy libido, with a healthy ego, with fame on the mind, and like a sleazy girl ready to spread them. Like I can see how it could be tempting, especially to somebody that's not necessarily that mature.
I agree.
1998, folks.
Like, I'm 1992.
Legit, I graduated high school in 1998.
I was in college when I was 22, so I was definitely wild.
Crazy. I was nuts. Like, my nickname was Crazy Chantele.
Cece.
Cece. So, I mean, we're just imposing like a 40-year-old's perspective on a relationship to this 22-year-old guy. Like, he doesn't really know any better. He doesn't really probably know. He's obviously never been in a Casa Amor kind of situation. Like, it just sucks. I agree that he shouldn't have done it. I agree that he might be playing a bit of a game. I believe that, you know, he didn't realize that he was going to hurt Cely that bad, which he should have, but he hasn't had that much perspective. He was in high school 3 years ago or 4 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a baby. He's not even finished college. You know?
I know.
And like his last girlfriend, like the girl that like has been calling him out on social media, like it was probably his high school sweetheart. Like GTFO.
I know.
Realnesss. Oh my god. Oh, sorry, we already said that one. Okay, so Jalen's saying he's into Kirsten when he never mentioned her until now. At first, he was all about Moira. Yeah, I am worried about Jalen. I'm also worried about Mackenzie. One thing that Jalen does say at the end of the episode was that, or was it? I don't know if it was the end of the episode or was the preview for the next episode, but he was saying that he doesn't want to see the Mackenzie that he saw before coming into the villa. And so
yeah,
that is very indicative that Mackenzie has been kind of going back into how she was ensnaring Connor.
She needs her love tank full.
What?
She said she needs her love tank full.
Now, this is my theory. Going back to astrology, you guys know I love it. So she's a Leo. Leos are ruled by the sun. The sun needs to be the center of everybody's world. They need to have the adoration. They need to have the applause. They need to have all the people looking to them. That's the sun. The sun is the center. And so when she doesn't feel as though she's the center, she doesn't feel like she's being appreciated or her love tank is full, or, you know what I mean? So I think that this is just part of her sign that's being expressed this way. And Jalen is a Taurus, and Taurus, that's not really how they vibe. Like, they're chill, they're loyal, but like they don't necessarily give all these acclimates and like, you know, appraisal all the time. Like, they're very sensual, they're good lovers, they're loyal, they love, like, you know, staying grounded, but they don't necessarily give that kind of attention to somebody. And so it's going to be a turn off for him.
He was very turned off.
A sad sap like Connor, he ain't going to keep it. He's not. I think he's going to move on.
Even the conversation with Moira when she's talking to Mackenzie about it, she was like, does this happen in the outside world? And I think that's what all of America wanted to know. And Mackenzie said yes, all the time.
Well, and I think it is because she doesn't realize that, her partner doesn't. I mean, okay, this is what I need to figure out, is that I find that even though Johnny is fucked up, I feel as though he does small things to show Cely that he's into her. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know if you saw, there was a scene where they're all sitting in that little outdoor kitchen area, and they're both sitting on the stools, and like he just has his hand like on her lower back and kind of like leaning in towards her. And so that just alone, like, he's not really all over her, but like he's
body language
that he is showing affection towards her. And so do you find that Jalen's doing that with Mackenzie, or how do you feel like he's giving her attention or not giving her attention?
I don't think they're compatible at all. I don't know who would be compatible for Mackenzie. I've said it time and time again. I think she needs to do some soul searching and figure out some things within herself before she's going to be fully happy in a relationship. So,
what about this reshuffling? What if Aaron went over to Mackenzie because they would be more compatible with their astrological signs, and Kirsten would actually be better with Taurus because Taurus will keep the water all grounded and just keep it, contained. What if that was a little switch up? You're like, meh. you don't care. Okay.
I care. I just.
And
go ahead. I don't know. It's just when there's so many other couples that are like going, like I feel like are really going to work. It's like, why waste my time and energy on those ones?
Well, I mean, but Kirsten and Jalen might work.
They might, but on what planet will Mackenzie be okay with that?
When Aaron comes on to Mackenzie.
Yeah, right.
You might. Okay, so we haven't talked about this yet, but what do you think about Moira breaking down to Cely? I thought it was like Cely's having her moment. Cely, her heart is actually broken, and then Moira wants to come in and kind of steal the thunder, in my opinion, is what I felt like. Because all of a sudden, Cely was comforting Moira.
Instantly.
Right? I was really pissed off with that. What did you think?
I was also angry. I mean, Moira, I just don't like her. I hate to say it. I'm sorry if there's any Moira stands in here, but I'm not a fan. Chantele pretty much said that she thought that was going to happen, that she didn't actually want Aaron, and when Kirsten could have had Aaron. So if Moira's just going to be crying the next couple episodes about, like, it's me, I can't find love, then just go. Let Aaron be single. Let Kirsten go after Aaron. Jalen and Mackenzie can just not work out, and then
I think that Jalen's going to go hard in on Kirsten.
I know, but in an ideal world, I would want Moira to leave, Aaron and Kirsten to give it a try, because she said that was the only guy in the villa that she.
What about Moira and Connor?
No. Oh my God, no. Ugh, no.
I mean, they would work.
No, they would not.
Okay, so Anna says, I think sharing Caleb could have been if Justine wasn't a thing, but she was, so we stand the queen. Then again, I might share a bit bland, so they'll end up being boring.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I think that she'll turn on like the salsa or the merengue, and like I think she has a little bit more flavor than she's shown us. But I agree, sort of. She's kind of boring right now, but I think that it's because she's just not into these boys. Tree says someone needs to snitch on Johnny or show Cely the footage, because Cely literally is. She trusts him even more now, and I just don't understand why. I think it's because like that was the first thing that Johnny said to her. Like he wasn't trying to excuse and lie about it. You know what I mean? From the very beginning, I think that he came in honest that way, and that he wants to work on the relationship, and he knows that he fucks up. I think that that's why the trust is being developed is because she at least knows now if he fucks up, he's going to tell her right away. That's what she's learned from the situation. What do you think?
Fingers crossed that's the case.
Jaquan says Moira / Mackenzie are the weakest links. Yeah, that's why Jalen went after them. He secured a spot in the villa. Fair game. That's fair game. I do feel that he definitely had a better connection with Mackenzie than Mackenzie did with Connor. In my opinion, I
think that was real.
Everybody was like, who? Like, why her? Like when he was originally going to go for Moira. But I think he realized that Mackenzie was easier to get in that way by laying like a teeny bit of charm on. Man, where did this go? So many comments. You guys, I love you guys. You guys are so fun. Okay. Jaquan. Oh, the first look is out. Okay. Brazil, you know what to do.
Can we do it now?
Yeah, sure. Realist Answers says, I feel the same as Brazil about Ariel. How could Johnny's speech invoke emotion knowing that he was over there doing over Justine finally feeling confident and sought after? Yes. Oh. Yeah. It was a really beautiful moment. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I did cry, and like I'm not a writer, but I work as an actor sometimes, and I'm writing a television series, and I think I'm gonna put in a bit of that moment in because I do want to discuss in the TV show. But
I'm already like gagging at the first look.
Okay, hold on. Justine moved fast in the villa. Johnny was just trying to get past the situation so he can move on.
Oh God, no, nothing like you're thinking.
Okay, sorry, Dequan, we'll come back to your question.
Like last night she got me, she was frustrated that I didn't show her more attention in my group setting, or like that I did spend more quality time.
Yeah, she was kind of saying the same thing to us. I'm getting engaged on it.
Yeah, exactly. This is the pattern that Mackenzie starts off with or leads into, I don't want it. My whole thing with yesterday how it worked and why I was kind of disappointed was I don't know, the whole thing about me coming in here and the ideas that I had, that's what I'm terrified of.
Terrified of what?
Like the Mackenzie that I saw before I got in here.
Ouch.
That's the complete opposite of what I want. I will sprint away from that kind of thing. I got a text! Islanders, it's time to shop until you drop. Hashtag mouth to mouth. Hashtag spit or swallow. Hashtag clean up on aisle 3.
I hate this challenge.
Oh, there's no way that's going right now. This man grabbed a meatball off of the ground and forced me to take it back. Oh, do it, Cely,
You honestly misses her. You miss her so much.
Was that you? I got a text!
Yay!
Oh, date.
Who got a text? Justine got a text. Justine and Caleb, you're going on your first date. Leave them out.
Yay!
Hashtag couple goals. Hashtag love on time.
Ooh.
This week, I don't know what we're going to do this week because I got hurt. That was cheesy.
That was cute. I love when you get mushy on me.
Uh-oh.
Oh God.
Our conversation yesterday was not me getting to express anything. Our conversation yesterday was him saying all of these really mean things about me and not hearing me when I tried to explain my side of things. Would you recouple with Connor ever? I mean, possibly if you wanted to.
So you're sure Connor being sweet back into that? I am 90.
Oh shit.
I don't hear what happened in the end. What did he jump up for?
He was like, no, don't do it, because Connor said that he would potentially go back to Mackenzie. And Johnny said, no, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Oh
do
my
it.
God. Tonight's episode is going to be lit.
Lit. Oh my God. That's so.
Okay, I hate that challenge. Like, okay, I'm a nurse, so I can deal with like any bodily fluid except like vomit. And I hate that challenge. I hate the baby bird challenge. I've seen it before. I don't ever want to see it again. I'm going to be gagging the whole time.
Wait, Daquan was saying something that we hadn't talked about yet. Hold on.
Things move fast in the villa.
Oh, there. Yes. Things move back in the villa. Johnny was just trying to get past the situation so they can move on. Yeah, I agree. It's like you're still team Johnny and Cely, huh? Daquan, you're with me here. I'm
team Johnny and Cely. I just am more team Justine and Caleb.
Okay. But no, some other people though have been commenting on that they think that Johnny is like really shitty. I think that he's young. I think that he might have came into there playing a game. I think that he wants to win, but I do think he likes Cely. Like, look how fun. This looks like they're having fun. I think the one thing that he realized with what he did to her and how she was reacting is that she is the life of the villa. She's the super fun. Like, she's the one that people want to be around. And so she wasn't acting like that. She was being sad. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't realize that my actions would actually change the dynamic of the villa and how she's going to be in the villa. Like, yes, she can be mad at him or upset with him, but like, he thought that she would still maybe be herself. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that was also what was like, oh my God, I didn't expect her to completely change who she is, basically.
Right.
And that's another thing that Johnny said, though, that was interesting is that, well, that she's like, I don't know, he could probably handle it better if she was angry with him, but the fact that she was just hurts him even more. And so I think that he's saying mature things at this moment.
I think so too.
Realnesss, I agree, Daquan. Jalen is definitely a game player and had a plan in who he went after just to hear his spot. I do agree here, but I was happy that he broke up Mackenzie and Connor. Realnesss, I almost think Johnny did more than kiss. There's no way that you feel as guilty about kissing. I'm sorry, I probably wouldn't even cry over that one-day hookup. It had to be more.
I think he knows that. I think what's getting to him the most is that he kissed her without it being challenge involved. I think that's like the one kind of part of the rubric there that he's pretty bent up about, because that's the first thing Cely asked him. You kissed someone outside of a challenge, and that was almost her end all be all. Like,
in bed, like, do you think that he gave him like a little bit of a blow?
I think they messed around for sure a little bit. As I told you before, he was like, I think I enjoyed last night too, aka
Don't make me sick.
Sorry, my dog. Nala's here for her daily entrance.
Sorry, what?
I said Nala's here for her daily entrance.
Right? Hi, Nala. I just thought about what Carrington and Mackenzie would be like together. Leo. No, Carrington is a Gemini. So it's Gemini and Fire, air and fire. So they're actually a good match if you think of how air and fire work in the real world. Air, like hot air rises. So you think of like hot air balloon. They work really well together. They're an elemental match. Even Leo and Leo would be an elemental match, but they would be kind of competing for the spotlight most likely. But Carrington is a Gemini, and that's why I say he was going to be really good with Laurel, because Laurel is a Libra, and that's another air sign. And so Libra and Gemini go quite well together, naturally. Vicky says, if Jalen does go for Kirsten, Mackenzie is going to try to get Connor back. Yeah, we just watched the first look, Vicky, and it looks as though Connor and Mackenzie getting back together is on the table. Do you think that America is going to like that, Brazil?
Based off of how Mackenzie was acting, I think they might be indifferent.
I'm ready for tonight as well, Vicky. I'm also going to watch, maybe I'll do an update about it. I don't know if you're interested in this, Brazil, but Paris Hilton's documentary, I think it came out today. And so it's like I don't know if it's a series, but there's definitely 2 hours that's going to be airing tonight about the real Paris Hilton. Are you interested?
Oh, the real one?
Yeah.
We've been getting all these years.
Well, she said, she's like, one of the lines that she says in the preview is she's like, you know, oh, I'm so used to putting on a character, I forget how to actually just speak in my real voice and be myself. And so she is a caricature of, you know, Paris Hilton, but who is the real Paris? So I'm going to watch that today.
Okay.
It's on YouTube, I believe.
YouTube.
Jaquan says, Moira and Connor, all their scenes, I'm going to be on my phone.
That's what I call second screening. I'm on my second screen because I don't care what's happening on my first screen.
Jaquan, you are on fire today with your jokes. Just jokes. So funny. So true, though, because I'm not interested. Moira gotta go. Yes, Anna, she has gotta go. I'm over it. Yeah, bye. Anna says she is team furniture and doesn't have a real role in the villa. Absolutely. And like, that's what was annoying me when she came into the dressing room with Cely. Cely's like trying to like get composed, you know, put her makeup back on. And then she comes in crying, want to change into her pajamas and like being like, oh, you know, seeing what Cely has or how she's feeling about Johnny. She doesn't feel
And she said, I kind of blame you for her feeling like that. Girl, bye.
Yeah, bye. Ugh, man. Why did Johnny have to freaking cuddle with that salute? Oh, so mad. Jaquan says, I can't get mad at Jalen. He's moving on to Kirsten. He was her shoulder to cry on. That's why it's hard to have other girls to have a male best friend. Yep, 100%. And I guess I can also understand why maybe some girls that are insecure do not want to have their partner be friends with girls because that dynamic sometimes gets crossed and like just stay out of that situation. But it's so hard to say. I think that Kirsten wants Jalen.
I think Kirsten is blinded by him being the one there for her and her support system. I don't fully see. I've been blinded by that. I've 100% like my guy friend that was like comforting me when I was like trying to break up with my ex, and he was my ex's friend. And I was like, oh, let me give this a shot. And it did not work. Even though I was like really into it, thought it would. And I was like, oh, never mind. So I think that's going to be kind of the same thing that happens.
On the Love Island website, it does say Carrington's a Leo. I think on CBS it says he's a
Gemini. Let's see. I will look. I mean, not that I don't believe you.
Huh.
What do you have written down?
Gemini.
Oh.
I remember like I have the whole list that I just rewrote down, but I could have been doing it by memory and maybe my memory was wrong. But I wrote down that.
Wow, Carrington's only 5'9", it says.
DeAndre was a Leo.
Kirsten's last name's Rodriguez.
Yeah, he looks like he'd be Hispanic, maybe or half.
24th of August, 2020. Oh wait, no. Don't listen to that. It says Leo
On CBS?
On every other site too.
Really? Maybe they changed it, or maybe I wrote it down wrong in the beginning. Okay, you're right. But fire and water definitely don't go well together. We saw Mackenzie and Connor.
Hurricane.
He's a Leo. Let me change that.
Which makes sense though, because he is kind of. We even said like when Johnny was hooking up with Mercedes that we thought he was a little bit jealous and wanted it for himself.
Well, and also wanting the attention, the spotlight, all the girls after him. That's very Mackenzie-like. Where do I have the original ones? I wonder if I just made a mistake. I wonder. Well, thanks for pointing that out because now I can judge them all completely differently. But still, though, Laurel and Carrington make a better match because it's Aaron.
What's Laurel? I forget.
She's Libra. Unless I got it wrong. Ah! Weird. That would have been way in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Cancer would have been all the way over here.
It would have been like right when Rachel and Kirsten come in? Because that's when we started looking at it.
Yeah, I know. Do you know what? I think I just pulled it off of the website. So maybe I didn't. Maybe like the page didn't refresh, or maybe
I'm gonna look on CBS right now. I mean, it's okay.
It's just strange. I've been thinking of them this way this whole time.
But aren't they both the same element?
So, Leo is fire.
What you thought he was? Like, aren't Gemini and Leo the same?
No.
Oh, my
air.
I know.
Fire. So they still work, but it would be better if he was a Gemini and she's a Libra, but it definitely works, Libra and Leo. They definitely are very compatible.
Okay. I'm on the Love Island website, so we'll see.
Love Island? And you said CBS too? Weird.
I mean, I'm looking on CBS right now.
I didn't go to the Love Island website for sure. I definitely went to CBS.
Yeah, that's where I'm
Share, she needs to continue trying to get to know Caleb so Connor and Gus get runner-up. Stop it.
Wait, what did you say?
He said, I'm Team Cher. She needs to continue trying to get to know Caleb so Connor and Gus can get runner-up. Oh, dear.
CBS says Leo.
Really? I don't think it did before, but I could be wrong.
Probably not. Whatever.
Whatever. Or maybe it's wrong in Canada. No, I looked at CBS.com. I could be wrong.
Whatever. It happens.
Not really. We want Justine and Caleb to work out, so we don't want Cher to actually get in there, even if we want Connor and Gus to pair up.
Why is Jake Long gonna fight all of a sudden?
He's just trying
to be homies.
Jaquan now. We don't need that energy. It's true. We don't want that to happen, to be fair. So yeah, anything else really happened in this episode? Although I found that Justine and Caleb, their first little kiss and interaction was a little bit awkward, but their second one I thought was a little bit better. So I was like, okay, I can get behind this. They're working on it. They're working on being a little bit more intimate. So I'm happy about that. Do you guys have any other thoughts about what happened this episode?
Is anyone offended that Kirsten's gonna go for Jalen?
I mean, I don't like that it's actually going to hurt and send Mackenzie into that spiral. Like, that's so annoying, I find.
Well, how about this? Would I guess, do you think Kirsten would go after Aaron if Moira decided to tell Kirsten she can go for it? Do you think she would pick Aaron over Jalen?
Kirsten would pick Jalen
over Aaron.
I think so.
Okay.
Well, it's just kind of like you said with being comfort, like someone there to comfort her. Like that's what water signs usually need, is somebody grounded that's going to be listening to them and just be stable. And so I feel like that is going to be a really good foundation for them to maybe move forward, because he just contains her water,
Fair.
Anna, the battle so close between Johnny, Cely, and Justine and Caleb. Yeah, I know. Just even the challenges so far, it just looks like they started to have fun again, and I think that Johnny and Cely are going to make it through this.
Meatball off of the ground into her mouth. For real.
Who is Calvin? Why?
Calvin's got to go.
How did he get on the show?
I don't know.
How did he get on the show?
One of the producers has a freckle fetish.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm looking actually at the website now, and it does say that he is Leo. So maybe it was a mistake on my part, or maybe they switched something. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to be giving wrong information. Jaquan Calvin is coupled with Cher. He's the one with Moira.
No, she gets it, I think.
Wait, what?
I think, and Anna gets it. I think she's just being facetious. That like.
No, Jaquan, yes. Like, so Anna was just being like, who? Like, he's not on the episode. Why is he on it? Like, why is he part of this game? Like, why is he part of the equation? Like, I think that she's just being a little bit.
I like to say, who cares?
Jaquan, she knows who he is, though. I think, anyways. I know he just is also irrelevant. Yes, Anna, we agree with you. He is irrelevant. Who cares? Like, bye. Dead. Agreed. Super fun. So, anything else that happened in this episode? Really, no. We're basically we're waiting to see Mackenzie break down over the fact that Jalen is not paying her that much attention. And with this breakdown, it's going to be pushing Jalen away because, like, it's really annoying. And for somebody that doesn't want to deal with that side of your personality, especially because they've seen it before and decided, like, hey, I don't like that, I think it's going to be a bit problematic for her moving forward. So I don't see that happening. I definitely could see her and Connor getting back together and maybe making it sort of a love story thing. I do think that both Cely and Johnny are going to get stronger. I think that he's going to do one of those, what I said is like, go around with like love letters and like ask her to be his girlfriend. I think he's going to do one of those kind of proposal type things. I think that Cher is going to make her move on Caleb and it's going to cause a little bit of problems. I don't think that Caleb is going to go for it, but I think that Cher is going to put on the moves and maybe I don't know, maybe she'll ask him on a date or something.
Better back off.
Who else is there? Moira is going to break up and cry about Aaron. Next recoupling.
We're sending her ass home because.
Yeah, I think the next recoupling that she's done. Her and Aaron are probably done. Jaquan, what's y'all rankings of the couple so far? Oh my God, I didn't even see that you asked that question. So basically, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Ranking, if you specific net order, I would say still Cely and Johnny, I think, are stronger than Caleb and Justine, but Caleb and Justine second. Third, there's no third really. Oh no, Carrington and Laurel.
Oh yeah.
Then
there's no fourth or fifth.
Then I'd say, I guess, Mackenzie and Jalen, and then Moira and Aaron, I guess. The bottom two are interchangeable. But maybe I'd put Moira at the very bottom because I think that she will most likely be voted out next, regardless. I don't think that Mackenzie will be voted out, even if she stays with Jalen. I think that
no, because I think Connor's gonna pick Mackenzie.
Fine, yeah, fine. That might happen, but I think Mackenzie's going to be staying in the villa.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that I can easily see both Moira and Aaron being.
Where would they get the drama from? If Mackenzie went home,
I mean, why do they want that drama? It's so bad.
I don't know.
She's
got to go. Any
other thoughts? Dang, what happened to Love Island? Carrington and Laurel third. That's good. No,
like because we used to hate Carrington.
Oh. I mean, he can't be lower than Mackenzie or Moira.
No,
but I don't mind Carrington that badly. Like you disliked him more than I did in the beginning.
Yeah, now he's just I
don't mind him with Laurel.
Oh my God, we forgot Calvin and Cher.
Oh.
That's why who is Calvin is such a relevant question because
we just talked about him and we still didn't even bring them up.
Touché.
You're right. Oh my God, Dad, that was a genuine. I forgot.
That says a lot about Cher though too. I think she's boring.
I think she's boring with him, though. I wouldn't be surprised if she was a little bit more fiery or more energetic if she was with somebody more interesting, that she's vibing with a little bit. Calvin is so vanilla.
The definition of vanilla.
Boring. Anyways, do you have any other questions or anything you want to chat about?
I have something bad to say.
Oh, no.
I have 2 in-person doctor's appointments tomorrow. Can we do it later? I don't know if it's gonna F up the flow, but I probably won't be home until like 6.
So like 9 p.m.
My first one is at 11, so I have to leave here at like 9:30, and then I have to come home. Well, I was actually planning on staying on the west side because then my next one's at 4. So it's pointless for me to like drive an hour and a half back and then another hour and a half. So I was gonna say maybe on my phone. I don't know.
Put it on your phone. Like find
my phone dies. I'll try to bring a charger.
Well, we'll figure it out tomorrow. We could do it at like 11 p.m. or whatever. Like that kind of sucks. But I'm doing the Love Island tomorrow with Robin's podcast. So I'm going to be on. I'm watching the episode at 9, and then I'm talking at 10. That's probably going to be 2 hours. So that'd be midnight. So.
Oh my God, are we gonna have to miss an episode and just double combine?
No, we won't.
Okay.
Let's just see if you could maybe figure out how to.
Are you down to wake up early and do it?
Well, it's not that early for me.
Like what about 8 a.m. my time, like 11 you?
11's fine.
Okay, so we'll just do it. We're just gonna go early tomorrow, guys. Well, maybe we just won't go live. We'll just post it at 2.
Yeah. Okay. So, guys, what do you think? Would you prefer us to just go live at 11, or would you prefer us to record it at 11 and then I'll come and chat with you, and I'll premiere it at around 2 Eastern. Tell us your thoughts of what you'd prefer. Brazil don't like share because of Justine. I know, right?
That's my girl.
She is definitely supportive. Definitely supportive. What are your thoughts, guys? Let us know what you prefer, and we will do it. I still want to find out the answer to this. Like, did I write it down or did I just... Wow. No comments, no thoughts. What's up? Are you saying bye? What are you saying, Justine? Someone's at the door? Woof, woof. Well, okay, I definitely thought that was a really great episode, guys. I'm so excited that you guys come and hang out with us. Like, I think that the conversation is always super fun, super good. You guys make us laugh all the time, which is what we do this for. Is like having a fun time talking about. Right now, it's my favorite show on TV, so I can imagine it's probably yours favorite show too. When y'all ever decided I'll be here? Oh, that's awesome, Jaquan. Yeah, it might be 11 a.m. Eastern that we'll go live, just because going live is usually easier. But let us know in the chat, everybody else, what you guys think. I think we're just going to go live at 11. That seems like the easiest, but if you guys are really opposed to it, I can premiere it at 2 instead. Yeah, I'm loving this season. I'm actually getting another friend of mine, Michelle, really hooked on this season. So if any of you guys watch the challenge with me, I do a recap with Michelle. Right now we're doing a recap of The Duel, season 13 of Real World versus Road Rules, the challenge. And so, yeah, if you guys want to jump on and chat with us, I think we're on episode 11 and 12 right now. They're super short. They're like 22-minute episodes, all about the challenge. And it's like the challenge, the history of the challenge. So it's super fun. I love it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be going live with Rob as a podcast, but I will let you guys know when I do talk with them. We're going to be covering, I believe it's Sunday night's episode or yesterday and tonight's episode. We're covering it tomorrow, and I think it's going to be aired maybe on Wednesday. So I'll let you guys know if you guys want to catch another recap, which is obviously super fun. I don't know if Brazil's going to get back in time for me to say sayonara, but if you're looking for me online, you can find me at Reality Realness with 3 S's on Instagram and Twitter, with Twitter without the second E. You can also find me at ShanFranFran on Instagram and at Shan___Fran on Twitter. If you're looking for tarot readings / astrology / life coaching, I've been doing a September special. And so we're going to kind of pay what you can, and we're going to try to align you with your life purpose, or, you know, if you have any blocks or anything that are concerning you right now, I'll help you shift and move through them. So that's kind of what I'm doing for the month of September. But other than that, unless you guys have anything else to say, subscribe, hit the like button, and obviously ring that bell. So yeah, especially if we're going to change our times this week or tomorrow for when we're going to go live. If you subscribe and ring the bell, you'll be notified whenever we do go live. And so I generally try to go live for each of the podcasts because I like having the interaction in the chat. But if I do post it later, I will be around to chat with you as we watch the premiere of the episode. So either way, I'll be around to chat. But live is obviously most exciting for sure. All right. Well, unless Brazil comes back now, that's it. See you guys tomorrow at some time. If you want to message me, just let me know what you prefer. Other than that, I think that we're going to decide on 11 a.m. tomorrow. So if you have any big problems with that, let me know. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you guys soon. Enjoy the episode tonight. I'm so excited. Ciao.